Hey guys, I'm just finishing my day up here in the office, and I thought I'd share a little something that happened to me today. Well, I had an interesting conversation with a client, not heated, but it was constructive, and we were just sharing opinions on something that had happened to his investment property in Cleveland. So he's a really good client of mine. I've known him for many years, but he was a little bit upset that he bought a house when maybe 9 months ago in Cleveland. The property was tenanted, I think at like $900 or $1,000 a month, decent location, under management, and I think he paid $55,000-$60,000 for the property. So he phoned me up today or dropped me a text this morning and said, "Mike, we need to talk, can you call me?" So of course I called him, and he was a little bit upset. He said, "I'm really upset. I've got a bill from the management company for like $5,500 and the tenant's left, and I need to put money into the property now, and this wasn't the plan with the property." And I get that he's upset and the tenant's left and he needs to spend money on the property, but I think it's something that I want to share, because I think every investor, when they buy a property, should understand the risks involved in buying a property. And one of those risks is that a tenant might leave and you might need to spend money on the property. But what I explained to Craig today was that, Craig, when you bought the property wasn't refurbished. It was in good condition, but it didn't have new carpets, new paint. There was somebody living in the property, a tenant, paying rent. So now the tenant's left, you've had 9 months of rent, and the management company is asking you to spend 5, 6, 7, whatever, money on the property. So what I explained to Craig is that's an investment in your property. So you're investing money in your property. The house is yours, it's an asset, it's going to go up in value. And when you spend that money on the property, it's actually going to be worth more money. So even though you're spending the money, effectively you're adding to your investment. And I think a lot of people can get caught up in the fact that the tenant's left and the management company shouldn't be asking me to spend money on the property. And I think you have to sit back and look at it and think, right, okay, I'm going to put $5,000 into the property. And I explained to Craig today, the likelihood is, number one, prices have gone up since you bought in Cleveland. And when you put $5,000 into that property, potentially it could be worth $10,000 or $15,000 more, because the market's grown. So now you're selling a renovated property. Not that he's going to sell because he wants to place a new tenant, but my point is, you have equity in the property. So if you spend $5,000 and the house is worth another $15,000, then you've actually gained $10,000 in equity. So I thought the conversation ended very well, and Craig eventually agreed with what I was saying, and I think he was just upset the fact that the tenant had left and he had to spend money. But I think we have to look at these as long-term investments. They're 5 to 10 year investments, not 6 months, not 9 months, not 2 years. And you have to remember, you own an asset, you own a property, and if you put money into that property, you're investing in your asset, and it's going to grow in value, and you're adding equity to it. But also, I think, and the reason I wanted to share this conversation that I had today with Craig is, as investors, we have to accept the risks. And one of the risks involved in buying a property for rentals is that a tenant can leave and you might need to spend money on the property. So I'll leave you with that today. I'm going to finish up for the night. Craig was happy in the end, and I think the house is valued at something like $75,000 or $80,000 now. So Craig's done all right. He's going to put the money into the property. He's not going to sell it, and he's going to place a new tenant. And the other thing which I didn't mention, and I don't think I said this to Craig, but it just popped into my head now, he could probably, now he spent money on it, rent it for more than $900. You could probably rent it for $1,000 or $1,100. So it's not a bad thing. Anyway, I'll leave you with that. Have a good night.